Hello and welcome to Wet Souls. In today's episode we're going to review this. It's the D710 and it's a dive torch by a company called Orcatorch. What you're going to see in the video, we're going to unbox this, we will check the specs, I will take this for a couple of dives, test it thoroughly and then let you know if I think it's worth you spend your hard-earned cash on it or not. By the way, I've got contacted by the kind people at Orcatorch. They said they like the channel, would I care to review their dive torch? I said yes, of course, but only under the premise that I'm allowed to say what I think about it. They said yes, fine. So here we are. By the way, one of you girls and boys is going to win this, so make sure you watch until the end to find out how to win it. And now let's get unboxing. Now let's start with the case it comes in. I quite like this. It's a very sturdy case. It's got a nice little lanyard here to hold it. The colouring I like. We've got the stitching here with the logo and a really nice zipper. Sometimes these kind of cases are a little bit flimsy. The zipper is a little bit weak. This is very well done. Got a good grip to it here as well. And let's see what we got in the box. Well, that's the content. So we've got the torch here, cable, we've got some material in here, some print material, we've got a lanyard and there is some O-rings, so we'll go through everything and check it. Now we've got the warranty cards here, excellent. Here you can put the model number, you can put the date of purchase, the serial number, and it'll give you 1 year of warranty, so that's very good to have. A little bit of advertising by Orcatorch, of course. I have to say I had a quick look at this, and they actually do some interesting products. There's something quite interesting here, the D910V, which is a 5,000 lumen dive light, or a film light, more than that. And there's another one here which is the D630, which is a canister light, plus a few other things. So quite interesting, to be honest, especially when you look at the price range. And then we've got the user manual in here with everything you need to know. A USB cable, so you charge via USB-C. We've got a lanyard. We'll have to take a look at that separately, and then we've got 3 O-rings as well, and of course the centerpiece, here it is, the D710. First feel, quite nice and sturdy built, aluminum, nice and well weighted, good balance, feels good. It's got a rubber ring here in the back with the branding. And I have to say, it feels good. It feels nice. It is 152 gram without the battery. I haven't weighted the battery. I probably think probably about 50 gram, more or less. We're looking at about 200 gram. So it's definitely something that you can easily take on a dive trip, even if you go abroad somewhere, without that impacting the amount of weight that you can carry with you too much. It's a single lead. Got a good button, not a clicky button, but there we go, nice button here with a small LED indicator to show you what the power percentage left on the battery is. Let's have a look at the inside. Let's open up real quick. Nice and smooth, obviously well greased. There we go, that's the head. That's about 36 millimeter, so 3.6 centimeter. Here we've got the battery, which is a 5,000 milliampere hour battery, not bad. We've got 3.6 volt and 18 watt hour, and this battery is actually charged directly via the little USB-C cable. So you put the USB-C cable in here and then you charge the battery. Not a lot to it, to be honest. We've got 3 O-rings here. There we go. That's the ones. Nicely greased, and actually good and nice that Orca provides you with 3 spares. Always good to have, because what happens very often with torches is if the O-rings are not properly lubed, these can flood, and then of course, well, goodbye torch. All right, let's have a quick look at the user manual, because there is some explanation about the torch. So basically, one thing you're probably going to wonder is, what is the output? And then we got 4 different modes here. We've got the high mode, which is 1700 lumen. We've got the middle mode, which is 800 lumens. We've got low, 400, and we've got turbo, which is 3000 lumen. So regardless whether it's high with 1700 or the turbo mode with 3000 lumen, it's quite a punch for such a small torch, I have to say, on paper. Runtime on high, 1700 lumen, 1.4 hours, so an hour and 40 minutes. Middle, that would be 3 hours and 50 minutes, and low on 400 lumens, 7 hours and 40 minutes. On the turbo mode, there is no indication on what the battery duration would be. We've got a beam that on land goes 262 meters far, and an impact resistance of up to 1.5 meters. So if I let this fall from 1.5 meters, according to the manufacturer, it's not going to break, but we're not going to try that. And it's water resistant to 150 meters. So even as a tech diver, you can take this as a, for example, as a backup lamp. Voltage 3 to 4.2 volt. It's 15.4 centimeters long. It's 27 millimeters, so 2.7 centimeters at the tube, and the head, as I said before, it's 3.6 centimeters. You get a battery with it. You get a USB charging cable, and you get a lanyard. So that's the specs effectively. The mode of operation. So you can press the button first, it's high, then you press again, it's middle, then you got low, and you press again, it goes off. So there's no intermittent mode, there's no SOS mode or anything like that. And if you actually are on one of the modes, for example the low mode, and then you press the button for more than half a second, it goes into turbo mode. So quite curious to see this under the water. I have 2 nice dives tomorrow. One is going to be a wreck dive, the other one is going to be a reef dive, and I'll take this and I'm going to just test it thoroughly for you to see how it works. I'll bring the camera so you'll get an impression of what it looks like under the water, and then we're going to see each other again and I'll tell you what I think about it. So we got dive number 2 coming up, and we're going to test out the Orcatorch again, the D710, and see how it works. Pretty happy so far. Right, so I said I would do 2 dives with this, with the Orcatorch D710. I said I would do 1 reef and 1 wreck dive. I ended up doing 3 days of diving on reefs, guiding, and this is what I think. So first, coming to the torch, I really like the size. It's very nice, small and compact, and I can put this into my dry suit pocket. I can clip it in, it won't fall out. It's not one of those big torches, heavy torches that you really notice that you're carrying with you. Also, it goes into a BCD pocket very well, and it's got a good weight to it. I enjoy that. The finish is good. I definitely feel when I'm holding it that I'm holding something that is well made. I really appreciate that. I appreciate this rubber ring here at the back. Not that it makes a huge difference, but it does give a better feel and grip if you're holding the torch, for example, when you're opening the torch just to get the battery out. In terms of light power, I find the low mode a little bit weak. That's for what use I have of this. I've pretty much always used the high mode, because I'm actually showing things to people on a reef, and when you're 3 to 4 meters away from something, you really want quite a strong beam, which it has on high, and especially on turbo mode. You can really show something. The 6-degree beam that it has works very well. The low mode I used a couple of times actually for filming something with my GoPro. I didn't have my light set up, but I had this and I used the GoPro. If you use middle or high, well, the beam is too strong, you're just going to burn out whatever you want to film. But using the low mode, I could actually just get enough light onto whatever I wanted to film. So that's not bad, but for guiding, well, it's a little bit weak. I haven't tested it on a night dive. It might be a different thing on a night dive. What I like is the fact that there is an LED indicator here on the on and off button, which lets me know whether the battery is full, half full, or nearly empty. You've got 3 colors: green, orange, and red. Same thing goes for the battery inside, which you charge via USB cable. If your battery isn't fully charged, there's a little LED on the battery that will show you that it's red, so you still need charging. Whenever that goes to green, your battery is actually charged. So that's a good thing. I like the handle. That's very nice. I heard there's a Goodman handle for this as well. I usually use a different torch from a different manufacturer with a Goodman handle, because I need to use my hands quite a lot being an instructor, whether it's guiding or whether it's giving courses. So I quite like the torch actually sitting on my hand, because then I can use my hands. In this case, yeah, just guiding, it's fine for me to hold it like that and illuminate whatever I want to show. One small note was I had a small issue on the first dive with the on and off button, which got resolved. It just somehow got stuck. Maybe something to do with the mechanic. I actually got in touch with Orcatorch. I told them. They said, take the battery out. I recharged the battery. Once I took it out, I put it back in. No more issues like that. And I had a little read around online, and it seems to be something that doesn't appear to happen. Of course, you know, it's a piece of electronics, so that there can always be something. But all in all, I'm very happy with this torch. This is definitely something that is great if you're a recreational diver, if you're someone that wants to go on a holiday, needs something small. But even if you're an instructor, or if you're a more advanced diver, like a tech diver, this is definitely something very, very good as a backup torch. Yeah. Would I spend my money on it? Yeah, why not? Yeah, I say the value is good. So what you get for your money is definitely good. I like the fact that it's got an ice box coming with it. The battery charging system is very straightforward. The operation is very straightforward. The button underwater works well. Works well with gloves. Works well without gloves. So I'm happy with that. I can see how much battery I have. There's a decent amount of information about it. You've got a warranty. You've got some spare O-rings. So all in all, yeah. I want to give this a 7 out of 10. And would I buy it? Yeah. Would I recommend it? For sure. So, as I said at the beginning, you can actually win this very torch here. To do that, go on Instagram and go on @WetSoulsDiving, and I'll put all the instructions down below as well. And you can just go and check how you can win this very torch. If you've got any questions, by the way, about the torch, feel free to drop them down in the comments. I'll make sure I'll answer all of them. If you enjoyed the video, well, leave a thumbs up. If you like the channel, you want to see more videos like this about diving, well, then subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you if you do that. Thank you for watching as well. Stay safe, dive safely, and as always, keep your soles wet, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.